G'day everyone, and on today's episode of Noelsy's Outdoors we're going to be upgrading our UHF unit to a new XRS Connect 370c unit from GME. This will be replacing our TX 3100, so it should be a pretty easy install. Okay, so just to give you a rundown of it exactly comes with your new UHF unit. This will come in basically the box of all of them. Obviously you don't get an aerial in this pack, but I've already got an aerial installed. So you'll get the actual receiver piece unit there. The brains of the whole outfit here is your actual UHF. You'll get a mounting bracket for it. You'll get an extension for your handheld remote. You'll get a mount for your handheld remote for your dash. You get the extension plugs, and you get a power cable. Some may not include stuff like this and this. Some may just kind of include the power cable, the mounting bracket, and that. But majority of most UHFs on the market should come with at least this stuff here. Now in today's video we're not going to be showing you how to upgrade your UHF aerial. You're just going to be using the same as what we did have already. Maybe in the future we'll upgrade to a 6.5 dBi, as that one's currently only a 2.1. But the real reason that we upgrade our unit is the handset on the TX 3100 is notoriously garbage. So everyone always complains about how my voice doesn't come through clearly, or it just crackles, or it just whines, anything about it. And the only simple solution for it is to replace the whole entire unit, as these don't plug and play as far as I'm aware. But the XRS unit is a much more modern design. It's got a bunch of different features and buttons and stuff on there that I can use there instead. And the real reason that you want to go for something like this is because you don't have to look at the unit to be able to use it, rather than taking your eyes off the road. So if I need to turn the unit off, or change channel, or adjust any setting, or anything like that, I can do it all from the comfort of my hand. Another excellent little bit of creature comfort you get out of it is the magnet hook rather than a slot hook. They're just excellent. They just boom, on, no need to worry about lift, off, you just bang, on, you know, so much better unit. So I'm really excited to see how well this one fits out and looks in the cabin of the car. Alright, so the first thing we needed to do before we actually get started on the job is actually just to clean up anything around the actual unit that's in the way. So get rid of that, you know, dash cam, power cord. I've unplugged my chargers and all that sort of stuff there. Then that's given us a bit of a more clear workspace. So I'm going to unhook that from there for now, just to start off with. The first part of this, while handbrake is on, you want to whack the car into the drive gear, obviously while the handbrake is on, so the car doesn't roll away. And then you want to whack your transfer stick up into high locked. Now these plastic pieces here, this trimming, just pops straight off. So the first thing you want to do is you want to pop that off of there. So yeah, once you've removed your shift, your transfer case shift knob, and you've managed to unplug your power second button if you're in an auto, then you just want to navigate the plastic over off the top of this so you can actually get access to this plastic trimming here, which is the same deal. It's just reach, grab, pull. Once you've done that, you should just be able to get this plug here, which is the previous plug that we had routed before. Unplug that there, and then just unscrew your actual aerial connector. Okay, so what I've done just now is I've just removed the auxiliary adapter from the end of the cable here so that I can get this out of that hole. Theoretically, if I pull this out of here, that came out, yep, perfect. Now if I do the same thing again with this plug here, it should come out as well. I'm trying to just get that large white plug out of that little hole. If not, I'll just, oh, that was easy, done. Okay, cool, that's out of there. So now I'm going to mount my new unit into this box if it fits. If not, we're going to have to reroute those two cables to somewhere else to see if I can get it to mount it anywhere else. Unfortunately, what I've had to do is I've put the whole trim panels back together because the new unit is not going to fit in this display hole here, which means I've got a compartment back, but now it's got a big ugly hole at the back. So I'm just going to whack my transfer shift back on, just finish that up real quick. I've plugged in that switch back in there, and that all just clips back down again. Later on, when I get some spare time, I'm going to see if I can find some screws, because it's not exactly held in well, because I found that there's only 2 screws holding the whole thing in, so that's cool. But yeah, I'll put that together a bit better than it was in a hot bit. I'll just screw that back down onto there when I'm actually correct. Cool, so I'll put all of that back together. Now you see I've run 2 cables that were plugged into the back of the unit into just there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mount the unit onto the actual side of the footwell here, so it's not crossing over across in front of my instruments anymore. And then I'm going to replace that. So yeah, I'm going to mount it down onto that side of the the passenger footwell and then go from there. Alright, so now what I've done is I've just moved it from there where it was, and I've just mounted it on the side here. That's still removable and still easy to access, which is much better than it was before. Obviously you can see the speaker is right there, but there's also an auxiliary port output for an external speaker if you want, if you're real brave. And then I've got obviously the same plugs plugged into that, and then that is threaded onto that there, which comes out of the side here. So yeah, now we'll move on to actually mounting up the mouthpiece and replacing this old hook style with a magnet style. So I've just replaced the old one that I used to have with the new magnet style hook one. So now I've just got to plug in the handset into that, and whack it onto there, and then check it, make sure it all works. I've just plugged in the cable into that, and that just goes up onto there. So that's pretty cool. I guess I'll peel that off now. Bam, don't need that anymore. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can find my keys, and then see if we can get this thing to boot up, and then see how it looks. So what I've done is I've just mounted up the cable, plugged that into that there, so I've got the external speaker there. Goes all the way up to my newly mounted UHF handset. So that's cool. We'll see how this goes with this 2.1 dB CB aerial setup. I think that'll be our bottleneck, I reckon personally, but I think it might work out fine. So moment of truth, let's turn the car on and then see how it looks. Oh wow. Okay, so it's a full like light up display on it, stuff like that. If you hit this button here, I assume that changes your channel. Yep, that's cool. Let's go to channel 40, shall we? Nice, too easy. So that's on. Now, let's have a gander here. Sorry. Can I get a radio check? I didn't hear what that person said, but he said something, so I must be outputting. So I'll try it out in these next couple of days and then see how it goes. Well, that sums up for this little video. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching. I just managed to upgrade the TX3100 unit to the new XRS unit. So I'll be giving this a shot over the next couple of days and see if my audio performance is any better on it. And then if not, I think it'll be enough time to upgrade our aerial. In any case, thanks again for watching. We'll catch you next time. Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of Noelsy's Outdoors. This will be the last video for the year of 2022, and I can't wait to see what happens in 2023. So I hope you'll stick around and follow along for the ride, because I'm hoping for some awesome adventures.